Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So, welcome to this session of learning verses from Sri Brahma Samhita. So, today we'll be learning verse 49. So, we'll go each one of us will do one verse so that we can go quickly because we have many verses now to go through.
Hmm. Hmm.
So, I'll start and then maybe Nabi Prabhu, you'll do second, and
Yeah.
Shyama Mani, then Chitra.
Okay.
Okay. ईश्वर परमकृष्ण सच्चिदानन्दविग्रह अनादिरादिर्गोविन्द सर्वकारणकारणम्. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme Godhead. He has an eternal, blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin, and he is the prime cause of all causes.
Chintamani pakar satma sukalpa vriksha lakshavateshu shurabhirabhipalyantam Lakshmi sahasra satasam manam Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor, who is who is tending the cows, yielding all desire. In abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purple trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds and thousands of Lakshmis or gopis.
Yama Malini,
Yeah.
text 30.
Text 30. Yeah. Yeah. Venum. 1 second. Vamantam Aravinda Dalaya Takshkam Barhavatam Sham Asitam Buddha Sudharangam Kandharpakoti Kamanya Visasha Subham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship. Shall I read it, Mataji? Sorry.
Yes,
Shall I?
Mataji, go on. Yeah.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in praying on his flute, who is playing, sorry, on his flute, with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids.
Mm. Yeah. आलोलचन्द्रकरसद्वनमायवंशी रत्मागदं प्रणयकेलिकलाविलासम् श्यामं त्रिभङ्गललितं नियतप्रकाशम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govind, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold bending form of Shyam Sundar is eternally manifest. Text 32. अङ्गानि यस्य सकलेन्द्रियवृत्तिमान्ति पश्यन्ति पान्ति कल्यान्ति श्रीरां जगन्ति आनन्दचिन्मयसदुज्ज्वलविग्रहस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of that transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universal, both spiritual and mundane.
Advaitam achyutam anadim anantarupam Adyam purana purusham Navayovanam cha vedeshu dullabam adullabam atma bhakto Govindamadi purusham Namaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and eternal Purush, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
Shamalini?
Yeah, Mataji. Pantastu koti satavatsara sampragham yo vayor atapi manaso muni pungavanam sopi ashti yat prapadasimi vichintya tat vigovindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the gopi who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayam by drilling the respiration, or by the jnani who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane, extending over thousands of millions of years.
एकोऽप्यसौ रचयितुं जगदन्तकोटिं यच्चक्तिरस्ति जगदन्तच्छयायदन्त अन्दान्तरस्थपरमानुचयान्तरस्थं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore. Anjani. यद्भावभावितधियो मनुजास्तथैव सम्प्राप्य रूपमहिमा सनयानभूषा सुप्तेयमेव निगमा प्रतिते स्तुवन्ति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men, who are imbued with devotion, sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas, by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments. Text 37. आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रतिभाविताभिः ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभिः गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency, possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidant, Sakhis, embodiments of the extensions of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever blissful spiritual rest.
Premanjana charitu bhakti vilochanena santa sadaiva hidayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunaswarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shyam Sundar, Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
Ramadimurtishu kalaniya menatishtam na nanavataram akarod bhuvate shukintu Krishna swayam samabhava parama Purnam ya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Nrsimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective motions.
Chitra?
यस्य प्रभा प्रभवतो जगदन्धकोटि कोटिश्वशेषवसुधादिविभूतिभीनं तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूतं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govind, the primeval Lord, whose effulgence is the source of the non-differentiated Brahman mentioned in the Upanishad. Being differentiated from the infinity of glories of the mundane universe, appears as the indivisible, infinite, limitless truth.
माया हि यस्य जगदन्धश्चतानि सूते त्रैगुण्यतद्विषयवेदविपर्यमाना सत्त्वावलम्बि परसत्त्वविशुद्धसत्त्वं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is the absolute substantive principle, being the ultimate entity in the form of the support of all existence, whose eternal potency embodies the threefold mundane qualities, sattva, rajas, and tamas, and diffuses the Vedic knowledge regarding the mundane world.
Exotic. Ananda Chinmaya Rasatmataya Manasi Ya Praninam Pratipalam Smaratamupetya Leelaitena Bhuvanani Jaya Yajasram Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhaja. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose glory ever triumphantly dominates the mundane world by the activity of his own pastimes, being reflected in the mind of the recollecting souls as the transcendental entity of ever blissful cognitive rest. Napi Prabhu?
Sorry, I was on mute. Goloka namni nichatamni chantale chatasya Devi Mahesha Haridama Shute Shuteshu Te Te Prabhav Nichaya Vihitaschaina Govinda Madi Purusham Tamamajami. Lowest of all is located Devi Dham, mundane world. Next above it is Mahesh Dham, abode of Mahesha. Above Mahesh Dham is placed Haridham, abode of Hari. And above all them all is located Krishna's own realm named Golok. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who has allotted their respective authorities to the rulers of those graded realms.
Shrishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shaktireka Chaye Vayashya Bhuva Nani Bhi Bharti Durga Icha nurupam api yashya chastate sa govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. The eternal potency of Maya, who is of the nature of the shadow of Sit Chit potency, is worshipped by all people as Durga, the creating, preserving, and destroying agency of this mundane world. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda in accordance with whose will Durga conducts herself.
क्षीरं यथा दधिविकारविशेषयोगात् सञ्जायते न हि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतोः यशम्भुतामपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Just as milk is transformed into curd by the action of acids, but yet the effect curd is neither same as nor different from its cause, milk, so I adore the primeval Lord Govind, of whom the state of Shambhu is a transformation for the performance of the work of destruction.
दीपार्चिरेव दशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते वितरेषु समानधर्म यस्तादृगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. The light of one candle being communicated to other candles, although it burns separately in them, is the same in its quality. I adore the primal Lord Govinda, who exhibit himself equally in the same mobile manner in his various manifestations.
Text 47. यकारणार्णवजले भजति स्म योग निद्रामनन्तजगदन्तस्वरूपकूप आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, who assumed his own great subjective form, who bears the name of Shesh, replete with the all-accommodating potency, and reposing in the casual ocean with the infinity of the world in the folds of his hair, enjoys creative sleep, yoga nidra.
Yasyaika nisvasita kalamathavalambya Jivanti loma vilaja jagadandanatha Vishnu mahansa yasya kala vishesho govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Brahma and the other lords of the mundane worlds appearing from the pores of hair of Mahavishnu remain alive as long as the duration of one exhalation of the latter Mahavishnu. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, of whose subjective personality Mahavishnu is a portion of portion.
Then we'll do the text 49 now. भास्वा यथा श्मशकलेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यपि तत्स्वतन्त्रा ब्रह्माय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. I read the words. Bhaswan, Bhaswan, Yathashma, Yathashma, Shakaleshu, Shakaleshu, Nijeshu, Nijeshu, Tejah, Tejah. Swiyam, Swiyam, Kiyat, Kiyat, Prakatayatyapi, Prakatayatyapi, Tatvad, Tatvad Atra, Tatvadatra. Brahma, Brahma, Ya Esha, Ya Esha, Jagadanda, Jagadanda, Vidhana, Vidhana, Karta, Karta. Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. भास्वान्यथा श्मशकलेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यपि तद्वदत्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Vaswan yathasma sakaleषु nijeshu teja swiyam kiyat prakatayati api tadvatatra brahmaya esha jagadanda vidhana karta govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Bhashvan yatasma su shakaleshu nijesu teja swiyam kiyat prakritayati api tadvadhantra brahmaya esha jagadananda vidhana karta govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Chitta, Chitra,
Yes. भास्वान्यथास्मसकलेषु निजेषु तेजा स्वीयं किवत् प्रकटयत्यपि तद्वत्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
भास्वान् यथा श्मशकलेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयत्यपि तद्वदत्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदन्तविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
synonyms. Bhaswan, the illuminating sun. Yatha, as. Ashma Shakaleshu, in various types of the precious stones. Nijeshu, his own. Tejaha, radiance. Swiyam, his own. Kiyat, to some extent. Prakatayati, manifest. Api, also. Tadvat, similarly. Atra, here. Brahma, Lord Brahma. Yah, who. Eshaha, he. Jagadanda Vidhanakarta, the chief of the universe. Govindam, Govinda. Adipurusham, the original person. Tam, him. Aham, I. Bhajami, worship. Translation. I adore the primeval Lord Govinda, from whom the separated subjective portion, Brahma, receives his power for the regulation of the mundane world, just as the sun manifests some portion of his own light in all the effulgent gems that bear the names of Surya, Kanta, etc. Purport. Brahma in Brahma is two types. Gananjani, what to read?
Brahma is two types. In certain kalpas, when the potency of the Supreme Lord infuses himself in an eligible jeev, the latter acts in the office of Brahma and creates the universe. In those kalpas, when no eligible jeev is available, after the Brahma of the previous kalpa is liberated, Krishna, by the process of allotment of his own potency, creates the Brahma who has the nature of the avatar, of the divinity in the active mundane principle, Rajogun. By principle, Brahma is superior to ordinary jivas, but is not the direct divinity. The divine nature is present in a greater measure in Shambhu than in Brahma. The fundamental significance of the above is that the aggregate of 50 attributes belonging to the Jiv are present in a fuller measure in Brahma, who possesses, in a lesser degree, 5 more attributes which are not found in Jivas. But in Shambhu, both the 50 attributes of Jivas as also the 5 additional attributes found in Brahma are present in even greater measure than in Brahma.
That's for the purport.
Interesting purport. Because usually the topmost jiva, which comes out of Mahavishnu in a particular universe, will become the Brahma. But in the situation where the topmost jiva is not qualified to become Brahma, because Brahma means somebody who is powerful enough to create. Of course, he's given the ingredients of creation by the Lord. He doesn't create those, but he has the potency to put them together and create. But in a universe where there is no such soul who is capable of becoming Brahma, Lord Krishna extends his potency so that he effectively incarnates as a Brahma to take on the role of Lord Brahma. So that's very interesting. It's how it's not that it's just the topmost jiva who becomes Brahma. It has to be a qualified topmost jiva who becomes Brahma. So very, very interesting, interesting point. Karuna, is that okay?
And I was just wondering, what are the 50 attributes of the jivas?
I think there's a whole list somewhere which we have got somewhere. You know, it includes all the different qualities, humbleness, compassion, and etc., etc. There's so many. And then 50 jivas, that person who has those 50 in full is regarded to be Brahma. And then you add another 5. I can't remember what those 5 are, but that person is actually Shambhu or Lord Shiva. And then you add another 5, which then is attributed to Lord Vishnu. And then another 4, so it's become 64 in total. Is Lord Krishna's qualities. Of course, the qualities are unlimited, but these are quantified by 6 Goswamis just to give us an analytical idea of the comparison between Jiva, Shambhu, Vishnu, and Krishna. But these 50, we do have them somewhere. It's just I have to dig it out somewhere sometime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
you.
Any questions? Any comments?
Any questions? Yeah, good idea. Or comments?
Prabhu, the jiva is human being, yeah?
Not necessarily. The jiva can have, the 8.4 million species of life. It can be in any of those.
Okay.
And wherever he is at the end of the exhalation of Lord Vishnu, so that he's taken into the body of Vishnu. When Vishnu breathes out again, that same position is continued by the jiva. So if one is a human, when the time of destruction comes, then one continues as a human in the next creation, if you like. Very complex. You can just imagine the
Yeah.
somebody keeping a record of where you are and where you're going to be. And my goodness, there's billions and trillions of jivas.
Yeah.
Is that okay, Shyammalini?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. I also want to know about the 50.
50 qualities, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just trying to think where he is. We do have him somewhere.
Yeah, we look for it next time.
Yeah. Yeah. I think actually it might already be in the Brahma Samhita. We might have even read them. Anyway, it's somewhere around. It is somewhere
I
around.
think we did read about the 64 qualities, or was it?
Yeah, so I think that
No, yes,
probably
64. I
where.
remember we read.
Yeah. I think it is in the Brahma Samhita itself. I think Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati details it out. Good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shri Brahma Samhita ki
Ki-
jai. Hare Krishna.